Hi everyone. Today we will discuss the topic of proprietary ratio. It is one of the important ratio under the classification of leverage or solvency ratios. We know that the ratio analysis is one of the most important tool used to analyze the financial statement of the firm. In proprietary ratio, it established the relationship between the shareholders' funds or the proprietors' funds and the total assets, which means the proprietary ratio, it shows how much fund have been invested by the shareholders in the total assets of the firm. It is also known as equity ratio or net worth ratio. The ideal ratio of the proprietary ratio is 0.5:1. From this explanation, we can understand that the proprietary ratio, which is used to measure the relationship between the shareholders' fund and the total assets, it also indicates how much fund have been contributed by the shareholders in the total assets of the firm. Okay, next we have to look at the interpretation part of the proprietary ratio. A higher ratio indicates safety to the creditors and a low ratio shows the high risk to the creditors. A high ratio means that the firm is less dependent on the creditors for its working capital. Hence, we can say the higher proprietary ratio indicates a sound financial position. Okay, let us learn the formula of a proprietary ratio. The formula is the proprietary ratio is calculated by dividing the shareholders' funds by total assets. That is, proprietary ratio is equal to shareholders' fund divided by total assets. From the formula, we can see that there are two components for calculating the proprietary ratio. The first one is shareholders' funds, which includes equity capital, preference share capital, and reserves and surplus, and undistributed profit. From these are the elements, we have to calculate net worth. For that purpose, we have to deduct accumulated losses from it. And if the next component is total asset, which includes fixed assets, current assets, and the investment. And for calculating the total assets portion, we have to deduct some fictitious assets like preliminary expenses, underwriting commissions, etc. These are about the proprietary ratio. From this lesson, we have to understand that the proprietary ratio is the most important and most relevant ratio which helps the management can analyze the financial position by creating the relationship between shareholders' funds and total assets. Thank you.